So if you've been following the channel or my Instagram for any length of time, you probably know that I'm part of a fine art photography collective called the AllFormat Collective. Stands for All Film Format, and really what it is 15 different members, 15 current members, that shoot a wide range of material, all on different formats of film. Whether it be large format, 35mm, half frame, instant film, all sorts of different things. But each of the different members shoots primarily with film. Most of them print in the darkroom, and it ranges from everything of street photography to landscapes to lifestyle, portraiture, all sorts of different things. But the beautiful thing is the collective coming together puts out different zines, issue 3 being in my hand. I have issue 1 and 2 over here, but puts out a yearly zine that is truly a work of art. The print quality, the binding quality, the design quality, everything in here is just so thought out and so meticulously put together by the collective. I want to talk about it. This is issue 3. It came out 2 weeks ago. I should have made this video 2 weeks ago. We printed 400 copies and we're down to, last I heard, was 44 copies. By the time this video goes up, it's probably going to be around 25 copies. So if you want to get your hands on this will not be reprinted. So you need to pause the video, jump down, hit the link, and purchase it before it's all gone. So I'm going to talk about this zine in this episode, talk quickly about the other zines. I did another video to where I featured the other zines, so I'll link to that up top here. But then I also want to address some of the main questions that I get in about the collective. I by no means run the collective. I'm just a member of the collective, but I get consistently different questions in that I want to answer on this video. And then lastly, even if you know the answers to the questions, even if you've already purchased your copy of the zine, stick around to the end because I put a call out to the members of the collective for just bits of advice for you guys, for myself as well, to help us all as a community grow within our photographic journey. And these guys are going to give little anecdotes and just bodies of advice to help you take your work to the next level, to help me everyone take their work to the next level. So that's going to be at the end of this video. You do not want to miss out on that. So stick around to the end, or if you find me boring, scrub to the end and go check it out, because I think the advice that I see coming in from these guys is worth the price of admission for this video alone. So like I said, I'm going to talk about issue 3 here in a second. I want to take a quick second and talk about issue 1 and issue 2 and really kind of talk about the heritage of these zines. Like I said, this is a beautiful, beautiful body of work, but also a beautifully printed zine book. I think we should actually be calling these book issues because of just the quality of binding, the quality of print material, and just everything that goes into just the whole design, the layout, the collective material, everything that goes into these is a piece of fine art in and of itself. So this is issue 1. This one came out 2 years ago. This one came out before I had ever started into the collective. I was just following along with them. They had some of my favorite photographers, Mikael and Kit Young and James Moreton, all these guys that really came together to put together issue 1. A good friend of mine, Hoerth, who you guys have probably seen in some of the earlier videos. He's been to the Chicago meetups. He stayed out here with Emily and I a couple of years back for a big meetup that we were doing, a 3-day meetup. But all of those guys came together to put together this first issue of the AllFormat zine. This one also had an interview with Jason Lee, the skateboard, movie star, film photographer, just an amazing guy. A great interview in this one. This one really kicked off the legacy or the high caliberness of the different zines, which led into issue 2, which I had joined the collective just as issue 2 was being released. So I actually didn't have any work in this issue. But once again, another amazing issue. This one, whereas the first one really kind of broke down and gave each photographer its own little section and bio, this one started taking the collective work and started moving them together and interchanging. You start to see different photographers' works paired up next to each other in how they really complemented or contrasted or really built these incredible narratives to really make this an even greater expression of what the community and collective could actually do. This issue actually had a interview with Renato D'Agostino, who is one of my all-time favorite photographers as well. An incredible body of work from him displayed in here as well. Both issue 1 and issue 2 sold out quite quickly, so these are no longer available. They sell out typically shortly after they are released, which leads us into issue 3, which, like I said, came out 2 weeks ago. We're down to the last couple of issues left, but this one I'm so excited about because, one, I have works that are displayed in here. In fact, if I open up here, you can see my beloved Lady of the Sea is here paired up next to one of Mikael's works, which, if you guys know, Mikael is one of my all-time favorite photographers. Kit Young, James Moreton, these guys, like, this is the reason why, I'm going to talk about it in a second, this is the reason why I'm so excited to be part of this collective, is because of the caliber of work coming out of the other collective members. I was fans of these guys far longer than I was, even interested in the collective or anything like that. I was just watching these guys make high caliber work, and to have my work displayed next to theirs is just such a humbling experience. So even the next spread here, I got a piece next to Sadie Bailey. So this is my piece up top, Sadie's down here, and again, this is just a beautiful printed zine that the entire collective came together on, and really put together an amazing body of work. This one in particular has an interview with Brian Schupmat. Probably butchering his name, but Brian, if you don't know, is an amazing photographer. Just somebody who is constantly putting out just high quality work, making amazing books. And once again, there's a body of his work that's exhibited alongside of the interview, and it's an amazing read. But then also just the rest of the zine, putting together 15 different photographers' works. The beautiful thing about this one as well is this is the first of the AllFormat zines that featured some color work, and actually not just some color work, there's actually a fair amount of color work in here, which is a big leap for the AllFormat zines. All the zines in the past have been black and white, so in pairing color to black and white in here, or color to color, just adds a completely different element to the zine that once again just takes it a step up from the two previously. These two are no longer available, and this one is nearly sold out. So even if it is sold out, I'm going to talk about a special sale that I'm doing particularly to where I have a couple copies of the zine that I'm going to be pairing up with a print. Actually, I could just talk about it right now. I just showed you this print was in here in the zine. So this is actually a fiber-based fine art silver gelatin print that I made in my darkroom right over there across the way, which is actually a tiny little bathroom, but I make it work. I made this print. I'm very excited to partner this print up with a copy of the zine, so you can actually purchase both of these. I only have 3 of these left, 3 of these print and zine combos left, but if you're interested in purchasing one of these, the best way to get a hold of me is over on Instagram at NickExposed. Reach out to me. It's $65 shipped. Normally this print itself, again, this is sounding like a infomercial. I'm not trying to make all these videos salesy. The last couple of videos have just, I don't know. Anyway, I just want to let you guys know about this before it's all sold out, because you guys will be pissed off at me if you guys hear that this thing is sold out and I didn't tell you about it. But normally I sell this for about $120 for the fine art fiber-based print. It's matted, ready to be framed in an 11x14 frame. It's signed. So normally this alone goes for $120. At half of that price, you get the zine and the print. So it's an amazing deal. Like I said, I have 3 more of those left. If you want one of those, let me know, and I can ship it out to you. We could get it done. So reach out to me on Instagram about that. And that's enough of the sale call. So get out there. If you haven't purchased issue 3, the link will be right at the top of the description down below. Go check it out, and do not wait. Do not wait, because once these are sold out, we are not reprinting any of these issues. We have no plans at all for reprinting any of these issues. So if you want it, you want to get it right now. So like I said, I also wanted to take a second and kind of talk a little bit about the photography collective. I already told you it's the all film format collective. So everyone in the collective shoots film. There's 15 of us members currently. There's been members in the past that have come and gone, but 15 of us currently. To answer some questions of like, what is the collective all about, and you know, how did you even get into the collective? How do I get into the collective? All these different questions that are constantly coming in. Really, to sum up the collective, it really bases itself around one, pushing each other along. The beautiful thing is we have a private chat to where each of us are in conversation with each other. We're constantly encouraging each other. I'm going to talk about that in a second as one of my favorite things about being in the collective. But then two, it's really about the zines. You know, the collective is going out there, pushing each other to go out and photograph new things and to dive into new concepts and to really challenge ourselves creatively. You know, currently we have a bunch of members that are jumping into the large format realm. You know, you got Kit Young and you got Jahan Saber. And if you guys know Jahan's been on so many of the live streams of the 2 Minute Tuesdays in the past. So Jahan is a big part of this community here, but he's also a member of the collective. He's the Do You Develop, if you recognize that from Instagram. But these guys are jumping into large format. You got other guys that are more focused on medium format, or you got people like me that I just am really consumed about 35 millimeter or half frame and just really going out there and creating large bodies of work. But we're really pushing each other forward and challenging each other and sharing insights and sharing inspiration and sharing all these different things, while at the same time having funny conversations and just enjoying each other's presence, to where once a year we come together and pool a bunch of images that we've made either recently or, you know, from the archives or something that fits kind of the direction that we're taking with the zine, and then we really go full force into the zine. First of all, I also want to say, like, James Moreton is the one who designs the zines, who lays out the zines, and I just want to give a huge shout out and a thank you to James for putting in the extra work, and just, I know that every single one of us in the collective is extremely, extremely grateful for the amount of time, effort, and energy that he puts into it. We actually get to be the lazy ones of just submitting the work, and then he goes and does all the you know, high-end designing and printing and checking the print qualities and all that kind of stuff. So we as a collective owed a huge thank you to James Moreton. So thanks, buddy. I appreciate everything that you do, and just wanted to take a second and give you a shout out here in this video. So on top of that, I want to add, I talked about it a second ago, but I would say that my all-time favorite bit of being in the collective is actually being around such high-caliber shooters, watching them in the darkroom and really taking so much of their darkroom knowledge that they've shared and applied it into my own darkroom. And I lean heavily on you guys in this community, but I also lean heavily on those guys over there in the private chat, and being able to throw things out to them and being able to reach out to them individually and go, hey, I'm kind of wrestling with this thing. You know, what do you think? And what do you want to, can you add anything to it? Do you want to help challenge me in any ways? And just that conversation alone, or even just watching them have conversations together. Sometimes it's more caught than taught type of thing, to where you're watching individuals communicate and have chats that you wouldn't necessarily have, and from the sideline you're just watching over and learning specifically from those conversations. And I would say that bar none, that's probably the number one thing that I've gained out of this whole thing. Yes, the sales from the zine help me out, you know, they go to the collective and we each benefit from it, but more than a monetary value, more than a, you know, oh, my work's featured over on a collective page or in a collective zine, more than any of that is the knowledge that I get from these guys. Just watching them operate consistently on a day-to-day basis at a very, very high level just challenges me and pushes me along. So then the next question that I always get in is, how did you become part of the collective? And the answer is, I don't quite know. Once a year, we come together as a collective and we really kind of pool together some people that we've watched operate within the community using the hashtag AllFormat Collective hashtag or different people that we've featured or people that we've noticed in the other parts of the community, and we kind of pool together a list of different individuals that are operating at a high caliber that we think could really add to the collective, that we think could really jive well with the collective. And from there, it gets voted on. So that was the process that somebody threw my name into the ring and it got voted on. For those who are asking, like, how do I become part of the collective? The thing I could recommend is to consistently interact with the page, to consistently post using the hashtag, to consistently, interact with the members' works and different things like that, and then to put out high caliber work yourself. Challenge yourself. Look at the work that you're actually putting out there and ask, is this the best work that I could be doing? Not that everything needs to be absolute gold, but watching members or watching potential members or watching people from the community consistently challenge themselves, consistently push themselves beyond where they've been in the past, is a high benchmark for what it is that the collective is looking for. So I don't quite know, and I'm not going to throw out any ideas on when the next, addition to the collective is going to be, but that doesn't really matter. As long as you're putting out there and putting out your best work, one, it's going to challenge you anyway, to where even if you don't come onto the radar of the collective or of a collective, it doesn't even have to be the AllFormat, whatever other collectives you're looking at, still just having the goal and challenging yourself is going to be huge and crucial to helping you push to the next level. So where even if you don't make it into a collective, by the way, like getting into a collective, it's not like you just become famous overnight or anything like that. I wouldn't say that any of us are famous. We're a small collective, right? We're kind of small beans in the whole, pan of things. So, if you think that I'm going to make it as soon as I get into a collective, like that's kind of improper thought process anyway. I digress. But, all in all, if you have any questions about the collective, go ahead and leave those in the comments down below. I would love to answer those. I know that, other guys from the collective jump into the comments. They can answer those as well. A big thing that you could do is reach out to the AllFormat Collective. Be sure that you're following the AllFormat Collective over on Instagram to be watching as different features come up of other artists, but then also features of the collective artists. But if you have any questions, you could reach out to the collective page as well. And one of our administrators will reach out back to you with answers, and it's just an amazing community to be a part of and watch grow consistently over and over, year after year. So anyway, this video has already gone much longer than I initially anticipated. This is the issue when I don't make videos for a bit. I just ramble on because I haven't sat in front of the camera in a little bit. But anyway, if you want to pick up your copy of AllFormat 3, let me hold it up the right way. AllFormat 3, the link is in the description below. Do not wait. These are probably most likely going to be sold out by the end of probably tomorrow, I would think. But then also, if you want to pick up your print and zine combo, I have 3 of those available currently. If there's still any left, you could purchase one over at Nick Exposed on Instagram. Without further ado, let's jump over to the advice from the other members of the collective. These are just going to be text blocks that go up, but be sure to read these and reach out to them. If anything resonates with you, go ahead and follow them on Instagram and reach out to them and just let them know, hey, that bit of advice that you gave was absolute gold and it changes this thought process within my work. Go ahead and let them know. Thank you guys. I love you guys. Until the next episode, go and push yourselves 2 stops. Peace.